Good morning. I am Guruswami K, Head of Department of Physics, IDSG Government College, Chikmagalur. In this video, I am going to deliver a second lecture on specific heat capacity of solids. This chapter belongs to the program 3rd BSc Physics, Semester 6, Paper 7. The title of the paper is Solid State Physics and Electronics. And the session number is 8th session. Now I am going to discuss the topics in this session are like this: D-base theory of specific heat, assumptions of the theory, derivation of D-base theory of specific heat of solids, discussion of special cases. This is a topic should be covered in this lecture. Now we are going to discuss the assumptions of D-base theory of specific heat of solids. Again, this D-base theory also is a quantum theory of specific heat of solids. The scientist Debye also used the quantum theory. So whatever the demerits of Einstein's theory, those demerits are successfully resolved by the scientist Debye by using his theory. Now we are going to discuss in detail connected with this D-base theory of specific heat of solids. First we have to discuss assumptions of the theory. Assumptions. First assumption: according to Einstein theory, atoms vibrate independently. But according to Debye, the atoms in a crystal are bound together. They are not isolated atoms, they are bound together to form a system of coupled oscillators. Thereby, Debye considered that the solid has a continuous elastic body. The second assumption is, according to Debye, due to the vibration of atoms, elastic standing waves are produced in many different modes and they contribute to internal energy of the solid. Once again, I am going to repeat the second assumption. According to Debye, due to the vibrations of atoms, elastic standing waves or stationary waves are produced in many different modes and they contribute to internal energy of the solid. The third assumption is, energy of the elastic standing waves is quantized and quantum of this energy is called a phonon. Energy of the elastic standing waves or stationary waves is quantized. It not have continuous values. Okay, it is a discrete values. Thereby, that is what we call quantized. Standing waves energy is quantized and quantum of this energy is called a phonon. Density of modes. Fourth assumption explains about density of modes. There can be both longitudinal and transverse elastic waves are set up in the solid according to Debye. So one of the important assumption. Thereby, transverse waves have two states of polarization. They are okay that the polarization, that is vibrations, are perpendicular to direction of propagation. Transverse waves have two states of polarization perpendicular to direction of propagation, and longitudinal waves have only one state of polarization in the direction of propagation, or in the direction of propagation, or along the direction of propagation. Thereby, the number of possible vibrational modes in the frequency range, say some nu to nu plus d nu, is given by, okay, we are going to select some frequency range, that is d nu, say, that varies from nu to nu plus d nu. In that small frequency range, the scientist Debye tried to give the possible number of modes of vibration. Okay, that includes both transverse type and as well as longitudinal type. Therefore, that possible modes of vibration is given by Z of nu d nu is equal to 4 pi v into 1 by VL cube plus 2 by VT cube into nu squared d nu. Here capital V is the volume of the solids considered, and VL and VT are the velocity of transverse waves set up in the solid, and VL nothing but velocity of longitudinal waves, and VT is nothing but velocity of transverse waves were set up in the solid. Debye assumed that, fifth assumption, Debye assumed that phonon gas behaves like photon gas. Phonon gas behaves like photon gas. There is no much difference between phonon gas and photon gas. They are almost same or similar. And average energy E per standing waves at a temperature T is given by. The average energy per standing waves at a temperature T, absolute temperature T, is given by E is equal to h nu divided by e to the power of h nu by kt minus 1. Again, it is a boson, phonon or photon. Thereby, Bose-Einstein statistics is used to define the energy associated with each standing wave, and that is E equal to h nu divided by e to the power of h nu by kt minus 1. If there are n atoms in a volume V, if there are capital N number of atoms in a volume V, then the total number of independent modes of vibration in the frequency range 0 to nu m is given by. If there are n atoms in a volume V, then the total number of independent modes of vibration in the frequency range, say some 0 to nu m, that is smallest possible value, say 0, that is the maximum is nu m. Okay, in that entire range, okay, if we consider the atoms in a volume V, the n number of atoms, the frequency range, the number of independent modes is given by integral from 0 to nu m z of nu d nu is equal to integral from 0 to nu m 4 pi v into 1 by vl cube plus 2 by vt cube into nu square d nu is equal to 3n. It is equal to 3n. We found that each atom has 3 degrees of freedom. Hence, possible number of modes of vibration should be is equal to 3n. Thereby, this is equated to 3n. Which one? 0 to nu m, integral from 0 to nu m, 4 pi v into 1 by vl cube plus 2 by vt cube into nu square d nu is equated to 3n, because each atom has 3 degrees of freedom. Thereby, the possible number of modes of vibration should be is equal to 3n. So, equate those two, we get this. Then if we integrate that one, here we found that 4 pi v into 1 by vl cube plus 2 by vt cube constant, the given frequency range or energy range. Take outside the integral, and if we integrate and applying the limits and we simplifying, we get 4 pi v, the possible number of modes. Okay, as 4 pi v into 1 by vl cube plus 2 by vt cube into nu m square divided by 3. Nu m cube divided by 3. Nu m cube divided by 3, that is equal to 3n. Therefore, if we rearrange the terms and simplifying, we get 4 pi v into 1 by vl cube plus 2 by vt cube, that is equal to 9n divided by nu m cube. 9n divided by nu m cube. Let's call this as equation 1. Now, according to quantum theory of radiation, energy associated with each degree of freedom is h nu divided by e to the power of h nu by kt minus 1. So, therefore, the energy of the atom for the frequency range, say nu to nu plus d nu, is given by du, that is internal energy of the solid, du, that frequency range, say nu to nu plus d nu, is equal to h nu divided by e to the power of h nu by kt minus 1. This is energy associated with each degree of freedom into total possible modes of vibration, that is 4 pi v into 1 by vl cube plus 2 by vt cube nu square d nu. Let's call this as equation 2. Now, from equations 1 and 2, we get in the place of 4 pi v into 1 by vl cube plus 2 by vt cube nu squared, 2 by vt cube, we may replace 9n by nu m cube. According to the previous equation, we observe the equation 1, 4 pi v into 1 by vl cube plus 2 by vt cube. In that place, we may replace 9n by vm cube in equation 2. Then we have du is equal to h nu by e to the power of h nu by kt minus 1 into 9n by nu m cube into nu square d nu. So, then the total energy associated with a solid is given by u is equal to, integrate the above expression, okay, we get the total energy over the limits 0 to nu m. 0 to nu m, we have 9nh divided by nu m cube. It is a constant, take outside the integral, and we are going to integrate the term nu cube d nu divided by e to the power of h nu by kt minus 1 over the limits 0 to nu m. Let's call this as equation 3. Now we have to integrate this one, we have to make some substitution. Let's put x is equal to h nu by kt. Now to make simpler integration, we have to do some substitution. So put x is equal to h nu by kt. Therefore nu is equal to ktx by h. Nu is equal to ktx by h. Or d nu is equal to kt divided by h into dx. Thereby d nu is equal to kt divided by h into dx. Substitute these in the above equation. In addition to that, we are going to introduce d by temperature. Similar to Einstein temperature theta e, here we are going to introduce d by temperature as theta d is equal to h nu m divided by k. D by temperature, theta d is equal to h nu m by k. Substitute all these in equation 3. In addition to that, we are going to change the limits of integration. Okay, while doing substitution, we should change the limit of integration. That is, when x equal to 0, then nu is equal to 0. X equal to 0, when nu is equal to 0, better. When nu is equal to 0, then what happens? X equal to 0. And when nu is equal to nu m, nu is equal to nu m, in that case, x is equal to h nu m by kt. And here we are going to introduce d by temperature. Now h nu m by k nothing but theta d. Thereby theta d by t. Now in equation 3, the limits of integration would changes from 0 to theta d by t. Initially it is 0 to nu m. Now it is changes by 0 to theta d by t. We change this integral and do the substitutions in the above equation, that is equation 3. We have the internal energy U is equal to 9 nh by nu m cube, integral from 0 to theta d by t, ktx by h whole cube, that divided by e to the power of x minus 1 into kt divided by h into dx. Now, here in the above expression we found that kt by h, whole cube is there and kt by h there, totally kt by h whole to the power of 4. Let's take that outside the integral, that is constant. K is Boltzmann constant, T is the absolute temperature, and h is Planck constant. Now take outside the integral. In addition to that, again here we are going to make some substitution. In the place of nu m, we are going to substitute k theta d by h whole cube. If you do that, and after making substitutions, we have u is equal to 9 nh by k into theta d divided by h whole cube into kt by h whole to the power of 4, integral from 0 to theta d by t, x cube divided by e to the power of x minus 1 into dx. Again here we are going to make some substitutions here. In the place of this one nk, we are going to replace R, capital R, where R is equal to nk. Nothing but here we do some simplifications and rearranging the terms, and finally we get u is equal to 9r t to the power of 4 divided by theta d whole cube. 9r t to the power of 4 divided by theta d whole cube. We remove this one, the cube and power 4, and simplifying we get this term u is equal to 9r t to the power of 4 divided by theta d whole cube, integral from 0 to theta d by t, x cube divided by e to the power of x minus 1 into dx. Now the specific heat capacity Cv is equal to du by dt. We have the expression for internal energy, total internal energy. If we differentiate that with respect to absolute temperature T, then we get specific heat capacity at specific heat capacity at constant volume. Substituting for u and simplifying, we get an expression like this: Cv is equal to 9r into 4t cube divided by theta d cube, integral from 0 to theta d by t, x cube divided by e to the power of x minus 1 into dx, minus of theta d by t, e to the power of theta d by t minus 1 whole to the power of minus 1. If you want this detailed derivation, you go through this one. Heat and properties of matter by R.K. Puri and Babar. In that we get this expression, detailed derivation of this expression. So there is no need to do all those mathematics. If we differentiate and integrate and simplifying, we get the expression for specific heat of solids according to D-base theory as 9R into 4t cube divided by theta d cube integral from 0 to theta d by t x cube divided by e to the power of x minus 1 in dx minus of theta d by t into e to the power of theta d by t minus 1 whole to the power of minus 1. This is the D-base equation of specific heat of solids. Now we are going to discuss special cases. Well, there are two cases. One is low temperature case, one is high temperature case. First we have to discuss high temperature case. That is at very high temperature. Case 1, that is at very high temperature. If T is a very high now, thereby obviously X is very small. H constant, nu is constant, K is constant. H is Planck's constant, nu is the frequency of mode of vibration, that is also fixed for a given solid, and K is also constant. The variable is T. If T is very high, then obviously X is very small, too small. That is X is more less than 1 and theta d by t. This ratio is also seems to be very small, so that e to the power of x is equal to 1 plus x. Okay, the exponential function, the value reduces to 1 plus x. The high order, okay, expansion terms should be neglected. Thereby e to the power of x equal to 1 plus x, and x cube divided by e to the power of x minus 1 is equal to x squared. If you substitute that in the place of e to the power of x as 1 plus x and simplifying, we get that is equal to x squared. Substituting this in equation 4, that is the final expression for the specific heat of solids according to D-base theory, the D-base specific heat of solids expression. The first term in that equation 4 reduces to the value 4 by 3. If you observe the first term, that is 4t cube divided by theta d cube linear into integral from 0 to theta d by t x cube divided by e to the power of x minus 1 to dx. The value of this term reduces to 4 by 3. Nothing but in the first term we are going to take 4t cube by theta d cube as constant outside the integral, and if we integrate x square dx and applying the limits from 0 to theta d by 2 theta d by 2, then we get 4t cube divided by theta d cube into x cube. Integration of x squared is x cube by 3. Limits from 0 to theta d by t. Okay, applying the limits and simplifying, we get the value 4 by 3. And second term becomes theta d by t into 1 plus theta d by t minus 1 whole to the power of minus 1. Again, we are going to use the same approximation, okay, similar to e to the power of x. In the place of e to the power of theta d by t is there now. In the second term, e to the power of theta d by t, in the place of that 1 plus theta d by t. If you substitute and simplifying, we get the value of the second term reduces to 1. Now if you substitute the value of first term and second term in equation 4, then we have an expression for specific heat capacity of solids as Cv is equal to 9R into 4 by 3 minus 1, that is equal to 3R. If you simplify that one, then we get the value of specific heat of solids at high temperature as Cv is equal to 3R. This is in close agreement with Dulong-Petit's law. What is stated by Dulong and Petit's law now? The variation of specific heat with respect to temperature. The same relation can observe in the first case, that is derived by the scientist Debye. So this is close agreement with Dulong-Petit's law, and the experiments also. Experiments thereby the scientist Debye successfully explains the variation of specific heat at high temperature case. Next we are going to discuss the next case, that is at very low temperature. That is the temperature region which is very close to absolute 0 degree Kelvin, where the Einstein theory fails to explain the variation of specific heat capacity of solids with respect to temperature. Now that is successfully explained by the scientist Debye. Now we are going to discuss that case. Case 2, at very low temperature, x equal to hU by kT is very large. Again here also we found that hU by k is constant, x is inversely proportional to t. At very low temperature, x is very large, and similarly the ratio theta d by t is also very large. Therefore, second term in equation 4 is negligible. Second term in equation 1 is negligible. Second term, which one in equation 4? Na? That is minus theta d by t into e to the power of theta d by t minus 1 o to the power of minus 1. This term have very negligible value, so we are going to neglect that second term in case 2. So, in the first term, upper limit of integration can be taken as infinity instead of theta d by t. If t is very low now, then theta d by t tends to infinity. If this one t tends to 0, t tends to 0, theta d by t tends to infinity. Thereby, we are going to change the limits as from theta d by t to infinity. Now, the value of integral becomes integral from 0 to infinity x cubed divided by e to the power of x minus 1 into dx. We can substitute that one and simplifying, the value of integral is found to be pi to the power of 4 divided by 15. Now substitute this in the equation 4 and solve for specific heat. Cv as Cv is equal to 9r 4t cube divided by theta d cube into pi to the power of 4 divided by 15. Here we found it. Forget about the constants. Okay, here 9r 4, again theta d is also d by temperature, that is also h nu by k, that is also constant, and pi is also constant. These all constants are replaced by some proportionality. So okay, so variable is temperature. So Cv is directly proportional to T cube. The T cube dependence of specific heat capacity at a low temperature. Nothing but a small decrease in temperature causes enormous decrease in specific heat of solids. Okay, the rapid decrease in specific heat capacity with the decrease in temperature, that successfully explained by the scientist Debye by using his quantum theory. Okay, so the specific heat dependence with temperature is T cube dependence, thereby Cv proportional to T cube. Hence, Debye's theory is also called as Debye's, okay, specific heat capacity of solids is also called as T cube law, Debye T cube law. Okay, is in agreement with experiment and Dulong and Petit's law. It is well agreed with the experiment and Dulong and Petit's law. Thank you.